They put a sticker on your forehead, send this one to America.
Dude, imagine if they put a return to sender. I'm like, we're just gonna start this shit live.
The only time I caught the Holy Ghost was when I was in church drinking.
Like, they're two dumb dudes. Welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. Bruh, that's a sorry ass plant. Just so you know.
What's on my plant?
Look at it. It looked like you picked up out the trash and said, you know, I need this for my wall. It don't even look like vines.
That's what I normally do. that's what I'm good at doing. When I need something, I'm like, hey, you, come here. Hey, that I need it. You know what I'm saying?
You just out in the backyard, like, oh, I just need some shit to fill my wall. Let me just grab this, snap, snip, tie it together.
I got plenty of plants in the backyard. It's okay.
Yeah, but no, listen, it looked like a tumbleweed that you stuck on the wall.
Stop hating on my plant.
All them plants that you either have around you or that you dabble in, and you put that one. Maybe I should have my dad to send you some.
That would be dope. Oh man.
Oh, that's what I need, bro. I need some passed down from generation to generation, you know, hydroponics.
Somebody say some ha-has.
My dad was talking about cooking with the oil. Because yeah, you can use the oil, you can cook with it, and people put it in this. I'm like, yeah, but it's not the same as just like, you know, deep frying fucking spring rolls in some weed oil.
Yeah, for real.
You gotta watch your dosage. You liable to fucking walk down the street butt naked.
After one piece of fried chicken.
Bro, I want to see. I've seen Saran. He smoked once when we were in California.
Yeah, I saw the video. He took a half a hit. It was on his knees, coughing and shit. I mean, I've coughed before, so it's like no big deal. Yeah. But he act like he was in a drama class or something.
Bro, he fell over. But my motherfucker looked like he was doing like the fucking, like trying to serenade Juliet.
Oh man!
I was like, what the fuck? I was like, John, you just hit it once. That's it. I mean, I guess California weed. California weed is strong as shit.
Yeah, it's a little different out there.
Yeah, I was just like, man, like, you know, pop your cherry. It's Seren's 40th birthday. You gonna do it right.
Do you ever wish you could live in somebody's brain for a minute just to see what that goes on in there?
All the goddamn time.
Okay.
All the damn time. It's honestly, it's usually just like little rudimentary shit. Okay. So this is one time. I don't know if I ever tell you about the lady in the maple syrup at Walmart.
I don't think so.
All right. So there was one time I was at Walmart. It was here in Orlando. I'm walking by with my shopping cart, and I look over in the aisle, and there's this lady and her baby. And you know, for context, it's a black lady, an old black baby.
Okay.
So they're sitting there, and as I'm walking by, all I hear, mind you, this baby can't talk. So this mom's just having this conversation with herself.
Okay.
And all I hear is, so we can get the store brand or we can get the Aunt Jemima. Man, what am I talking about? Of course we're going to get the Aunt Jemima. And I'm like, who are you talking to? The baby don't know nothing.
Okay.
So I was like, I want to know what's going on in her brain that she was decided to have that conversation in that moment.
Yeah, that's funny.
I'm sure you have conversations like that when you're at the store.
Well, I have conversations with myself all the damn time.
Yeah.
I'm like, Chris, what are you doing? I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But I want to do it. And I'm like, all right, cool. Let's go.
And Chris be like, you know what? Did I wipe enough? Yeah, I did. I think I did. Yeah. Okay, cool.
But no, I didn't. Let me go back in there one more time.
Like, is it sticky? you moving around, driving in your seat. Like 2 hours in, you're like, God damn it. Man, I should pull over right now.
Who does that? Is it sticky?
I'm telling you, swamp ass is a thing, bro.
Yeah, I know. Man.
Oh, with that being said, welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. It's your boy Sarat, aka Makazi.
And your boy Chris Brown, aka Ref 4 Delta. How's everybody doing out there?
Well, you know, swamp ass comes about when, you know, different things mix together. You know, you got your sweat, you got your leftover food, for like, man, you got cheeks. So
the cheeks are always gonna be there. I don't care
but depending on how fit a person is, you know, you might get a little more, you know, fucking moisture buildup. That's all I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Some people don't really got much room back there to build up moisture, so they maybe not have to deal with the the swamp ass like anybody with a little bit of cake. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I witnessed swamp ass when I joined the military.
You can't just say that. You can't just say that and stop. You gotta have to elaborate, bro.
Nah, I mean shit. That's when I realized what it was. Be out there in the same damn clothes in the field for God knows how many days, trying to stay as clean as you can with baby wipes. Nah. What do we have? There's a saying in the military: just embrace the suck.
But so what was your best friend out while you out there in the wild like that? Like what is that? What's that thing? If you had one, you need one thing. Like some people say, like clean socks.
That's what they recommend.
Yeah. But what? You ever wipe with like fucking like poison ivy or some shit?
No, hell no, shit. We prepared for that. I was on the tank, so we had a lot of stuff on the tank that most soldiers don't normally get.
Yeah,
because we didn't have to carry it. We had it all set up in the tank, different places.
Okay.
A lot of ravioli, a lot of canned goods, whole lot of canned goods. You know what I'm saying? Shit, because you don't you only get, I think, like 2 hot meals. Well, you'll get the breakfast, and that's like whatever. Dinner's like whatever. You get an MRE for lunch.
Yeah,
and that could be whatever. So sometimes you want that good can of Campbell's.
So hold on. So I'm gonna ask a question right now, and you're gonna think I'm crazy.
Okay.
Is this where you learn to cook on an engine? I'm just saying.
You know what? Sadly, yes.
Yeah, I'm saying it sounds like you was prepared. You was built for that shit.
I'm about to say that engine's a big ass. The engine was the bed. It was the stove. Shit.
Yeah.
It was the heater
bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, anyways, so the reason why I talk about mixture is because that's what kind of this movie was about. The idea of taking two things that don't normally go together and mixing them together in a very I like to say very in-depth and very culturally appropriate way.
Indeed.
So you picked the movie this week. Why don't you let the people know what you picked?
Ladies and gentlemen, this week it was Elemental on Disney.
So it's Pixar. Pixar always comes correct with their
Disney Pixar, yeah.
They always come correct with their story. So how do you first of all, did you like the movie?
I did.
Okay. Why?
I felt like it was an innocent love story that I didn't see coming.
Okay, I can see that. Because I think on the surface it was like an innocent love story, but I think underneath all that, I think it was a very, very good way of like bringing up the idea of an immigrant story. That to me, that's what it was. It was definitely like a story about like immigrants coming to a country and trying to fit in or creating like their neighborhood because they don't fit in anywhere else. Kind of like you get like a Chinatown, Little Italy, Atlanta, shit like that.
Atlanta. Anybody from Atlanta, see, they're gonna spit the shit out you.
Bro, that's Little Africa. That's all.
Oh man.
But no, like that's the thing I noticed first. I was like, oh shit, like they took the idea of immigrants coming to America and trying to establish themselves and put it in a way where you could teach a story to little kids without really overwhelming them.
Yeah.
In that aspect, I really like the movie.
There's a few subliminal messages that I liked that I don't know if the average person caught.
What was the one that stuck out the most?
The one that stuck out the most, I want to say, was the very first one that I seen is when she's chasing the water guy.
Yep.
And I think she's on the bus. And I found it interesting because when they went through the tunnel, of course, no water's clear. All she saw was her reflection in him until the light came on. Until they got at the tunnel.
So what do you think they were trying to say with that?
And okay, in my opinion, that when you choose your mate or your spouse, whatever, they're gonna reflect you in some way.
Okay, that's actually pretty deep. I didn't catch that in that moment, but now that you say that, I look back. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, I think the biggest message in that movie is like just not being afraid to chase who you are as a person.
Hmm.
because some people can get caught up in like, feeling like they owe the past.
True.
When you feel like you owe the past, it's going to be hard to like, step towards your future.
Hmm.
And I think that's what the girl was dealing with a lot in the movie.
That, and trying to live up to her dad's dream, and
Yeah.
understanding that flame was, I guess, all he had from what the old country. That's what they called
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was almost like, I don't know if it's like all he had from, but it was like almost representative of his culture,
Yeah.
like, cause back in the flame country, like you had the flame, and that was where everything kind of derived from in your family. It's almost like, like, hey, sourdough.
Yeah.
And if you always give, as long as you keep the mother and you keep that thing going, you're always going to have bread no matter what.
Really.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that. I mean, I never know how it was made or anything like that, but I know what sourdough is.
Yeah. Sourdough, like you have the mother, then it's fed with like, you feed it yeast and stuff like that. And then, it stays alive. And as long as you feed it and take care of it, you can just keep adding like flour and yeast in there, and it'll keep making sourdough for you.
Really?
Yeah. So like some places when they have really good sourdough, it's because they've kept that mother, like they've taken care of it for like 50, 60 years. Some people will like
Really?
pass that shit down. There was this restaurant in San Francisco. I forget the name of it, but I think at some point like the restaurant like burnt down,
Hmm.
and one of the cooks went in there, and like the one thing he did was he saved the sourdough. He saved the mother for the sourdough.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I've never known that. I want to research this.
Yeah, if you look into it, that's why like they say sourdough is like one of the more healthier breads because it's fermented because of that whole like process of keeping the mother and shit like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. But I think this movie is going to elicit some deep conversation. So with that being said, Chris Brown, what you drinking today?
You are going to be extremely surprised.
Okay, let's see. Well, we got some New England sports on camera right now, so let's see if you can surprise me.
No, all I'm drinking is a little bit of sweet red wine. That's it.
Oh, good Lord. Really?
That's it.
Okay. Okay. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I'll tell you why after the camera gets off.
Okay. Well, I'm delving into just my iron smoke.
Iron smoke.
I actually almost pulled out my sweet tea moonshine,
Okay.
but I actually wanted something with a little more fire to it in regards to the movie. So I have that. And then after that, I got Black Man's Best Friend.
Hennessy? Oh.
Zero sugar Sprite.
Oh, shit. Oh, man.
I've been doing a lot of zero sugar lately. I still, even though I've been doing that, I got to drink more water. I don't drink
enough. I feel you.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me pour this shot real quick, and then we'll jump into this. Okay, so why did you pick the movie in general?
When a lot of you tell you the truth.
Well, tell me the truth.
The truth? That's a damn shame to think about it.
Because like in my head, I'm just like, Chris loves his cartoons, so I want him to be honest about this right now.
I definitely love my cartoons, but for one, it was easy to watch with children.
Okay.
And two, I was actually curious about it.
Why?
So, I'm a Disney fan.
Yep.
Anything Disney comes out with, I'm anxious or curious to see just because of their history.
Yeah.
Which is why I was so disappointed in Strange World, because that shit was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. That was,
you know what I'm saying?
That was, man, that's somebody had an agenda and they just happened to get Disney on board with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This, I think, is, I mean, again, it's with Pixar. So that's the difference when you get a Disney movie just doing Disney, but then this one you add Pixar in, because Pixar, they got a reputation to uphold. They got a, they always come correct with their story.
Wasn't their first movie Toy Story?
Yeah.
Disney Pixar?
Yeah. I can't think of a bad Pixar movie. There's Pixar movies that I might like better than others, but I can't think of one where I was like, oh, that's just a bad movie.
Nah, I think about it because they did all the Toy Stories. They done that's Illumination. Never mind, I was thinking of Minions.
Yeah. What do you think? Okay, well, out of curiosity, what do you prefer, Pixar or Illuminations?
It depends on what I'm in the mood to watch because DreamWorks, I feel like Pixar's number one, probably
Yeah.
because of Toy Story, but
Yeah.
I feel like DreamWorks is a very, very close second.
Why?
Shrek, Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
What else did they do?
No, they don't. No, did the DreamWorks do Ice Age?
Did DreamWorks probably the Ice Age?
I think they did Ice Age, right? I don't know.
Maybe.
But okay, so yeah, I'm Pixar is my number one, but I don't even think it's that close. Other than
Okay.
Shrek, other than Shrek. But like I just feel like with a lot of the other ones, they
Mhm.
focus on the funny.
Okay.
Like
You
they
mean like
what
DreamWorks?
yeah, I just think in general, DreamWorks, Illuminations, I think in general, when they make a movie, they're like, is this gonna be lighthearted? Is it gonna be funny? Are kids gonna laugh, and enjoy
Mm,
themselves there? Whereas Pixar, they do that, but I think they're like, what's the story? How do we tell the
mm,
best story first? And
gotcha.
then they'll, think about that kind of stuff.
So the
'Cause-
funny and after.
yeah, because like I mean, something like Cars actually isn't that funny. I
Mm,
actually think the story of Cars is actually much deeper than that. That's why I think a lot of people don't necessarily like Cars that much. One, because
okay.
it's NASCAR, and two, because it's not as funny as other ones.
I mean, but Cars was good.
Oh, I love Cars. It's one of my favorites.
Hmm.
But you can ask people, hey, what's the worst Pixar movie? And a lot of people will say Cars.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm
I
actually
think it's
surprised to hear that.
NASCAR. I think it's because it's NASCAR.
Wow.
Bunch of racists.
Look, I've actually been to a NASCAR event and it was quite fun.
Yeah, I know. You sounded real
Just
white right there, just so you know. But
yeah, I had to blend in,
it was tubular. Yeah.
Two.
Uh,
Oh man.
I want to go to a NASCAR event. I've been to races. I just haven't been to NASCAR.
The only one I went to was Talladega,
Yeah.
but I do want to do Daytona. I would do Talladega again though.
Yeah. I do. Daytona's down the street. I need to go to that shit.
I mean, just go.
I
Just
know. I know. Just motherfucker, I work. Listen, hold on.
hold on. I had something I wanted to say to that, but I was like, not right now.
You know what? I'm pretty sure I knew what you were gonna say.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, oh, he's setting me up like lob. Let me knock this out the park.
Oh man.
All right. Well, cheers, and let's get into this movie because I saw a lot of similarities between this movie and another movie.
Okay.
So kind of curious to your take.
Yes, indeed.
Cheers. Come on, Kakashi.
Okay.
Kakashi. Right there.
Oh, yeah. You and your Naruto characters.
Ooh, that burnt. I haven't had that in a while. Ooh,
Mm.
fuck. All right. So, ooh, man, I actually need to chase that real quick.
Oh, okay. Get that zero sugar.
Okay. So, what?
It's just gargle the spray.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right. So, I saw some similarities between this movie and what's that movie where the animals all live in the same?
Zootopia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw similarities. So, which one do you prefer, Zootopia or Elemental?
Okay, now if I remember Zootopia, that was about the bunny becoming a cop, right?
Yeah, she was a cop, and they said bunnies can't be cops.
Okay, yeah.
Shit like that.
You know what? That's interesting because Zootopia actually was good too.
Yeah, it's like almost taking all these different animal species and telling a story about racism.
Okay.
Was it
Yeah.
the fox? Shit like that? Saying
Yeah.
They're saying he was stealing and shit.
No, because no, they're saying he's stealing, and I guess the whole plot of the movie was animals living together.
Yeah.
But they created some type of serum or something that had animals going rogue, like
Yeah.
meat eaters actually trying to eat other animals and everything.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
You know what?
Okay.
I guess because I guess
see your
I guess
brain turning, bro. I see
it is because I actually like Zootopia, but I haven't seen it in so long. I'm trying to remember everything about it. because off the back I want to say Elemental, but that's fresh in my head right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But okay, I think I'm still Elemental.
I like Elemental better. It's
Okay.
close. It's actually close. I like Elemental because I think a story about immigrants and culture is actually maybe a little harder of a story to tell. I think this movie told it really well.
Well, also from where you come from, you know what I'm
What's that
saying?
supposed to mean?
I
Huh?
mean,
I'm just
you y'all built a raft and came over here. They
listen.
built out the rice paddies and bamboo and floated across the ocean.
Just because I climbed on my dad's back and he carried me to this country don't
Oh,
mean
man.
nothing. No, I uh, yeah. It's when I watched it again, I was just looking at like the idea of like an immigrant story and me being an immigrant, like an actual first generation immigrant. Like I actually immigrated to this country.
Mhm.
I thought it was really really cool. The idea, like, you get people that come to this country looking for a what is it, a better opportunity for their family.
Okay, yeah,
And
yeah.
and then you're met with wall after wall after wall, and then you kind of got to go like create your own place, create your
Mhm.
own neighborhood or like community.
Yeah.
I think that's what they did in this one, is like they just created a community where all these people of the same culture could feel comfortable.
Mm.
What do you think do you think the fire element, you think that culture was reminiscent of a specific culture?
I was gonna say Asian.
You think so?
Yeah.
I thought that at first.
Okay. Okay. What's your second one? Because my second one's gonna be India.
Not India. I thought like Middle Eastern, but like Morocco kind of. Just by looking at like Turkish kind of, because
Okay.
the girl's dress kind of looked like the mosaic tiles that you find on like those Turkish like ovens and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was just looking at, like, like if it was like Cairo, Egypt kind of shit. But Egypt is
Okay.
Africa,
Okay.
so. But it's just it's that it didn't strike me as like Muslim. It just struck me
Mm.
as Middle Eastern.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So what was your favorite part? Did you have a favorite part of the movie?
My favorite part of the whole entire movie.
Well, just what that part that you connected with the most? Because you said
Well,
you liked the love story. Chris
um,
Brown is all about the Barry White. So
can't get enough of your love, baby. Nah. Nah. I mean, I
Bro,
guess.
hold on. You should one day for Halloween dress up as Chef from South Park.
Oh.
I think that would work really
Have it
well.
say suck my chocolate salty balls on the t-shirt. Oh man.
Suck on my salty chocolate balls or chocolate salty balls.
I thought it was chocolate salty balls. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
but what was the part that you found the most, like that you enjoyed the most about the movie?
Like I said, when we first started, I like the fact of when she's caught up with the guy, she saw her reflection. But I think the most significant part in the movie was when they're in the hot air balloon,
Mhm.
and she said that, and she was saying she has to control her temper. And he said, and I can't remember what he said, or not, I can't remember how he said it, but I think he said like sometimes he loses his temper, but he thinks it's just a way of saying things he's not ready to hear.
Yeah.
And I thought that was dope. I was like, interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That. I can see that because the idea of like losing your cool is
Mhm.
because you're trying to tell yourself something that you're just not ready to fucking listen to. So it kind of explode to like push it all away. You ever
I
had
think
that
it goes, yeah, I think it goes both ways. I think it goes like where it's like on one sense, it's like something you're not ready to hear,
Mhm.
or on another sense, something you're not really ready to say.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Mm.
But do you think anger, or in that sense, yeah, I would say, I would imagine that's you would classify that as anger. Do you think that anger is because that's the easiest way to push everyone out of your circle real quick?
Yeah,
Because you
because
can't be nice in that situation. You can't just be like, hey, excuse me, I'm not ready to speak right now. So if you guys could just leave me alone for a couple minutes, I'm like, nah,
you,
motherfucker, get out. That's
you
it.
actually can, but people don't respect that.
What do you mean?
I mean, it takes growth, in my opinion, for a person to one acknowledge that they might need a minute if they're getting upset.
Yep.
And it takes growth to give somebody that minute if they might be upset. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I can see
Because,
that.
because I mean, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation or if somebody was just like, hey, you know what? Even if they're not mad at you, but they got something on their mind, man, just give me a minute, dog. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah.
And you know, and it's up to you to be like, okay, cool. Take your minute. I got you when you get back.
Yeah.
Or be like, nah, talk what's on your mind. What's on your mind? I want to know. And then they just explode. You know what I'm saying? Because
so that's what I was thinking, because like, you know, I think if you come at it from a calm, cool perspective, you
mm-hmm.
know, that leaves the door open for someone to feel like they can, you know, help in the situation or just assist and be the, you know, just people want to be that savior. Like, I can help.
Yeah.
Like in that moment, like, you know, hey, this is just me. This is me and my shit. Like, you can't help. So if I'm nice about it, someone will try to, like, you know, poke and prod and be like, yeah, no, I can help if you let me. It's like, no, motherfucker, I know you can't help. So just let me be for a few minutes.
You know what I hate though?
What's that?
Is when, and because I learned this over the years and I'm still not perfect at it. But because I know when my temper gets there, if I say I need a minute, give me that minute.
Yeah.
I'm asking for a reason.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm mad at you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because, you know, listen, if when Chris gets mad, like, fish pay the price. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I go let off nukes in the ocean and shit.
Yeah.
Oh man. But I've learned that, you know, so because I want somebody to do that for me, if I approach somebody and I'm being soft and kind about it, and they say I need a minute, I'm backing up off you because I know what that feels like.
So
however,
you never feel the urge to at least, like, maybe help, like, push and try to help?
I might ask like one more question. Like, are you sure? They say, yeah, okay, cool. I'm back up off you. What I hate is when they be, hey, can I get a minute? I need a minute. Okay, cool, no problem. Then it settles down. Why didn't you come talk to me? Motherfucker, what?
Bruh. Let me tell you, that shit has happened to me a bunch of times.
Oh man.
I'm the calmest motherfucker you could probably come across.
Hell yeah.
Those moments, I just wound up uppercut a motherfucker, lower jaw.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just like that bully punch right to the gut. Like, motherfucker, like, don't ask me for shit and then be mad because I gave you the shit you asked for.
Exactly.
Like, I get it. For some people, it's just, it's in their head and they understand it. So they need that minute so that they don't have any distractions so they can deal with it themselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But don't fucking tell me, hey man, I needed you to fucking push harder. No, the motherfucking shit you didn't. I swear to God, you didn't need me to push harder. What you need is to understand what you need.
Yeah, for real, man.
God damn it.
that shit, you sitting there looking stupid as fuck. Like, huh? Like, you said you needed a minute. I gave you the minute, and now I'm in trouble. Like, I got the problem. How's this all on me?
Listen, bro, you're talking to the guy that got kicked in the face by his girlfriend and then apologized. Like, I understand being fucking, you know, tossed in a swirl. You know?
Oh man.
But it's like, it's with this movie, you know, you really got a sense of like people grappling with their positions in life, but then also like just not wanting to disappoint their loved ones.
Yeah.
Because I understand the idea that if you don't want to disappoint your loved one, you can, you know, subject yourself to some things that you might not necessarily like or want to do. You know? Like the girl, I forget her name. What was her name in the movie?
Ember.
Oh yeah, obviously.
I thought it was Amber till I saw the spelling. I was like, oh, okay, Ember.
Yeah. So she, like, in the movie, she's working in her dad's shop that her, you know, again, her family immigrated here from Fireland, you know, and basically in Fireland, like, they decided they needed an opportunity for a better life, and they didn't get the blessing from her dad's dad.
Yeah.
So they came to this country looking for a better opportunity, and her dad built that up. So Ember kind of felt like a responsibility to keep that going. And that kind of shit can just, I'm not saying it's bad, but it can trap you in that small community mindset, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. There ain't nothing wrong with owning the neighborhood shop that everybody comes to.
No, not at all. I mean, I love my neighborhood shop growing up.
Which one? The Puerto Rican shop
Yes, indeed.
with the potato balls.
Hell yeah, and the pork chops, and the rice.
Yeah, the neighborhood shop that everyone congregates at is great. It's a pillar of the community.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
that's like the neighborhood barber shop. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's where a lot of people do their growing up.
Yeah.
But you know, we know. I'm sure you know people who've been trapped in that mindset. Like this is all that's important to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Like they know that's stupid and they ain't leaving off of it.
Yeah.
You
I
know
mean,
what
do
I'm
you
saying?
think do you think that's good? Do you think it's good to have that kind of small town, small community mindset?
I say yes and no. Um
Right?
okay, I feel like that old dude that lived on the corner, that like like that used to sit in the doorway and yell at all the kids, get off my lawn.
Yep.
Um, I feel like people like him are important or needed
Okay.
because they've seen the community change from front to back because they've been there their whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So on one sense, it's like, why did you stay here? And then on the flip side of that same coin, it's like, I'm happy you stayed here because I know no matter what changes around home, you're always going to be a piece of home that's going to be here until, of
Yeah.
course, you die. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it's like a catch-22. Like, go out, grow up, see the world, do some things, move on, whatever. But you go back home and everything, and you see that old dude again, like, yo, you're still alive? Like, oh, I remember you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Conversation's different and talk about life and then keep moving. So, like I said, I think it's a catch-22. On one side, it's like, why'd you stick around? And on the other side, it's like, I'm happy you stuck around.
Yeah. I think for some people, they don't realize that, like, depending on the generation you came from and depending on where you came from, that small town mindset, that small community mindset to you, because you grew up there, might feel like you're trapping yourself in this circle of just, doing what the neighborhood does. But for someone who, came from a different country, who sacrificed everything to get there, that's utopia for them. Like, they achieved everything they needed to achieve. So to them, they're like, why would you leave? Like, I understand that. Like, so my mom, when I was growing up, she used to tell me, you should just be an engineer. You should just go to college and be an engineer. Now, sorry, Mom, if you're listening to this, but I know for a fact you don't know what an engineer is. But you understand that, like, there's been people that have been around before you, whatever. You equated the word engineer with success. So that's why she would tell me that I need to go to school to be an engineer, because she's seen people who've become engineers and they've looked like they've had a successful life, or at least a comfortable life. And me growing up in that same neighborhood, my dreams were bigger than that. And it's hard for my mom to understand, my dreams, because she's working off of what she saw worked,
Yeah.
It's hard for a parent to really, jump into the darkness with their kid, because their instinct is to protect their kid. And if they're gonna see their kid jump into something that might be unsuccessful, they're like, why would they want their kid to do that?
Yeah, nobody wants to see their kids not be successful or not succeed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
do you think that was the issue with in the movie, the dad and Ember?
I don't think that was the issue with them. I think it's just more about keeping tradition, which also leads back to what you're saying about maybe being from the Middle East, because I think they're big on tradition out there. Only other family or nationality that I know of. Now, I'm not saying that everyone, I don't know, but that I know of that are big on tradition is people mostly from the Middle East. And I want to say the Asian community.
You don't think Mexicans are big on tradition? You don't
they're
think
big on
Cinco de
tacos.
Mayo is
they're big on tacos, tequila, and fucking killing each other.
What?
Yeah, tacos, tequila, cocaine, machetes, and hard work.
Well, I mean, that sounds like every community. I'll be honest with you. Every community got to deal with that kind of shit.
Except for the black one, we forgot about hard work.
I don't know. Y'all got 400 years of hard work. I think y'all can take a break.
But we didn't do that by choice. You ever heard that joke from Dave Chappelle? He's like, yo, we was from Africa. We didn't know about working. We was out there butt naked chilling. They came like, hey, y'all come do this work. So that's why we can't hold a job now. We don't know what the work was.
Oh shit. I don't know. I think okay, so the central story in the movie is you have Ember, who her whole life she's been getting primed to take over her dad's business.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says it in the movie, like, everything I got is in this neighborhood. Why would I want to leave?
Yeah.
No, why would she want to step out of the neighbor? And then when she finally steps into the big city, she starts experiencing everything that's out there. She starts realizing, like, hey, like, there's just so much more for us to go out there and get that we don't think in this small community mindset. You might be trapping yourself to just not being able to achieve all that you can achieve.
Yeah.
And I've seen that so many times with people where, this is the example I use. And then you tell me if you agree.
Mm-hmm.
You got people who are so, what's the word? They're so what the fuck is the word? They're so obsessed with being cool in the hood that they only move towards jobs or occupations that are cool in the hood. Drug dealer, barber, owning a mixtape shop, becoming a rapper. Like, there's these certain jobs where if you have them, you can still go to the hood and be like, oh yeah, that's old school. That's the OG, and he's still like respected. But they don't respect you if you sell insurance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
But it's just one of those things where it's like, if you don't expand your mindset, you kind of limit yourself to just what's around you.
Yeah. Definitely. I actually saw that in Chicago a lot. We called them the 10 block radius people because they only going as far as 10 blocks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
Chris Rock had a joke about that. He was like, man, fuck all that reading shit. You out here reading books, motherfucker, reading books. I got a question for you. Can you kick my ass?
Oh man.
Yeah, it's that small community. Like, when you limit yourself to just what's around you, you're missing out on so much. And I think in the movie, Amber stepped out into the city, and she realized, like, hey, there's so much more around me that I never thought was even possible, because my whole my whole goal in life was to take over my dad's shop. She was fighting with the idea that maybe she doesn't actually want to take over her dad's shop. Like, did you ever get into that moment where you felt like you had to follow someone else's dream?
At one point I did, yes.
What was it?
How can I say this without saying it? Without giving away too much info?
Massager extraordinaire. You're like Remy in fucking Ratatouille. You can suss out the good drumsticks and the bad one.
Oh shit. No, I can do it on the regular. That was a natural born gift.
Hey, you're just like, yeah, that one's got good proportions. Give me that shit.
Yeah, for real. Oh man,
good meat to bone ratio.
Yeah, for real. That's too much meat. Nah, it's too many steroids in that one. I don't want
it. Yeah.
Man. Okay. How can I don't want to say too much. I was okay. At one point in my life, I was being pushed to do something that somebody else did.
And I went along.
No, hell no.
I just knew you grew up in the church, so I could see them being like, "Yo, Chris is primed to be the next TD Jakes."
Actually, you know what? The church I was going to, they wanted me a deacon. I was like, I'm drunk every Sunday, right?
Deacon Chris, brother Chris, come over here and tell your sermon now.
No, fuck all that. Who wants to drink it? Let me outside.
Well, today we're gonna read from the book of Hennessy.
Oh man. Oh god.
Yeah, so you were getting primed to, or not in the prime, but like, you were being pushed towards a specific kind of like future.
Yeah. And when I saw the people in that field, it looked fun, but it wasn't me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um,
When did you realize what meant, like where you were meant to go?
when I realized I still like doing dirt.
Okay. Okay.
I'm keeping my words really, really discreet here because anybody, especially that knows me or knows my family, if I say one wrong word, they're gonna know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they eating, they listening with the volume all the way up, like,
For real.
and they got a glass on the wall, like, okay, let me hear what Chris is gonna say.
For real. But I didn't want to go that route because I saw how corrupt it can be.
Yep.
And how corrupt it can make a person.
Okay.
And I noticed it's like the pot calling the kettle black, and it makes no fucking sense at all. Like oxymoron. Even though I enjoyed doing dirt, I was a good person, if that makes sense. Like I wasn't the shitty person doing shitty things.
Say that you Robin Hood. You like Robin Hood. He's still stealing. He's just giving to the poor.
You can say that. You know what I'm saying?
You just robbing in the hood. But
yeah.
Okay,
that's the best way I can explain that without saying too much.
All right. But did you connect with Ember's story in the movie?
Did I connect with Ember's? No, not really.
Really?
I mean, I understood it, but I can't say I connected with it.
Okay, I connected obviously because I'm an immigrant. So who did you connect with?
You just confessed.
I know I'm an immigrant. Look at me, bro.
Right.
You know, I have the like the bad luck of having not so Asian eyes, even though they're Asian. So my ass could be Dominican, Mexican, Filipino. Like, you don't know what the fuck I am. I'm fucking built in a fucking lab somewhere.
You probably were.
The only reason you couldn't say I was built in a lab because I'm 5'6". Because if they built me in a lab, I'd be 6'1".
Nah. The only reason why I can't say that you was built in the lab is because I saw a newspaper clipping of you like 8 months old. So
yeah, watching my brothers play on their fucking they tricycles.
Yeah, so at that moment, I knew that you came from the motherland.
I was imported. I had a fucking
they put a sticker
sale tag.
They put a sticker on your forehead. Send this one to America.
Dude, imagine if they put a return to sender on my. My mom threatens me with that shit all the time. What'd you say to me? I know you ain't talk back. Who taught you how to talk back to me? I bet you if I left you in the jungle, you would have talked back to me. All right, Mom. I guess Abraham Lincoln didn't free the slaves. Guess.
Oh man.
So who did you connect with in the movie?
I if I had to choose one, I would say not a deep connection, but the water guy.
What was his name? I don't even remember his name.
You know what? Damn shit. Not do I.
Yeah, I don't remember if they ever said his name.
Was it Mont? No. Bro, no.
That's the blackest name I've ever heard, bro.
Yeah, no. I'm thinking of something different.
It's Elemental, not Soul.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, God damn, what was his name?
All right, but why did you connect with him?
Because there's one part that when he's in the stadium.
Okay, and yeah, when they're watching the airball game,
the windbreakers.
Yeah, the windbreakers.
Yeah. But it was that moment of just being free and fun, like being so in tune with yourself, you don't care what anybody thinks about you.
Yeah.
And because you said it many times, when I'm in my element and I want to have fun, there ain't shit you can do or say to me. Bro, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
Like I'm there, leave me alone. I'm having fun.
Listen, Chris is in his world. Don't tell him that his sweatshirt is tucked into his shorts. He is doing whatever the fuck he wants.
Pretty much. And I'm happy. And most of the time, normally everybody around me, and I don't want to say this something cocky, but usually gets on the same page. It's like almost like nobody's afraid to be themselves anymore at that moment.
I get it, because you're when a person's the life of the party, and I don't mean this as in a sense where like everybody's watching them act a fool.
Yeah.
But when someone else like you, because I've noticed it with you. You've done it around my family. Is you just make everyone comfortable.
Mm,
It's like I'm allowed to be myself because this motherfucker is being himself. And if he can
mm,
do it with no reservations, then I should be able to do it with no reservations.
yeah.
But that's in all honesty, like that's one of the things I've picked up from you is like, Chris don't give a fuck if you think he's a piece of shit. He's just gonna go do him. So I'm like, all right, cool. If you think I'm a piece of shit, fine. That's fine. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just asked which piece of shit which animal did you to ship me out? Was it a lion? Was it an elephant? Was it a snake? You know
All
what I'm saying?
right. All right. So there's one thing from this movie that I was thinking about when I was watching it is the dynamics between the families. Because
Mm-hmm.
you got the fire family who's basically like fuck the water people,
Yeah.
but then you got the water family who's like so inviting,
Mm,
and like
yeah.
what like did you feel like did you feel like those motives were warranted? Because and I'll tell you about my favorite part about the movie, and it's real small, but
Okay.
go ahead.
Hold that thought. Let me go do something real quick.
All right.
Hold that question.
Yeah, Chris's batter is crispin.
Oh,
Got to go
I
check
can't
on
even
it.
hear you.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna take this. No, so for me, I feel like the hold on, I got to sneeze. Give me 1 second. God damn. God damn. Shit. I was walking my dogs the other day, not the other day, earlier today, and this tree, like the wind blew and the fucking pollen came off the tree. And that shit looked like, it was fucking crazy. That shit looked like you just shook the dirt out of a rug. I was like, God damn, this pollen's killing me, you know? Now, growing up, I never had allergies. But as a 40-year-old man, this shit fucking hits me hard, man. I don't, fuck. Benadryl's like my best friend. Not on a daily basis. I really don't take medicine, but, I go get crawfish. I pop some Benadryl so I don't break out in hives. But yeah, fucking getting old is not good. Your joints are sore. Your elbow, you waking up, you got tennis elbow and shit like that. You be scratching in places you didn't even know you had. Shit, you ever woke up with a rash and didn't know where that rash came from? You didn't know if it's from bed bugs or from a spider bite, or maybe you just ate some shit the night before where your body ain't holding up so well. Who knows? I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna edit this out, but whatever. I'm just chatting. Yeah, Elementals. It's a very good movie. I love animated movies just like Chris, and this is one of those movies that like there's so much deep stuff into it. It might take 2 or 3 views in order to pick up a lot of the uh the nuances of the story. And bro, I got into a conversation about allergies. That's all I was
Okay.
talking about. Yeah, old man shit.
My bad. I go handle something real quick.
That's all
But
good.
but
Fried chicken that's a little too fried is not bad.
nah, just want to burn.
Yeah, I know. Cause that's
Yeah.
like my brother making the rice. Like how
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
burn the shit.
Yeah. You could have burned anything else in this goddamn menu, but the rice, out of all things, the fucking rice.
Yeah, that's you and the fried chicken. But Chris, that shit better come out golden and crispy. Otherwise,
For real.
you're losing your card.
For real.
All right.
Oh, but your question, you was talking about
The families, the dynamics of
yeah.
the family. Yeah, the water family who was so inviting to Ember. Then you had the fire family who was just like, we don't want this motherfucker around. Like
Yeah.
he's panned from this store.
Yeah. See, that's also what made me think it was Asian. But they got the R's.
Because he mispronounced some shit.
Y'all can't say R's, but I was actually waiting for it in the movie. It never came through. But
I'll be honest with you.
uh-huh.
You ever heard my mom say Pennsylvania?
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't understand a lot of what your mom says 97% of the time.
No shit, bro. She says Pennsylvania. I'm like, Mom, where the hell all them extra letters came from? She says Florida. What is it? Washington.
well, she gets an exception on that one because Washington is the same last 3 letters of y'all name.
Yeah, but still, I'm just like, Mom, like All right, I don't know. All right, but go ahead. You're talking about the families.
Yeah. Okay, I feel like the fire family was so I guess unwelcoming to different kinds
But
because if
do you think they were justified in their feelings?
I don't think you know what, okay.
Remember the first 10 minutes of the story.
Hmm.
The first 10 minutes, they try to make a place for themselves in this world, and they're just getting shunned by everyone.
Yeah. Um. Okay. I'm gonna go real left real quick and come back. Right. I feel like that's old black people in 2024.
Elaborate.
Slavery or just the way shit used to be when they were kids. So now
Yep.
that things have changed or they are in the process of changing and being better,
Yep.
they still hold on to how they grew up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
And
do
you
you
can't.
blame them?
No, that's what I'm saying. You can't really fault them for it. But on the flip side, it's like you're also limiting to what you can bring to the table too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to come back to the movie, I don't really fault him for feeling that way because he was like shunned out. But all the elements need each other to survive. Every last one of them need air.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
fire can't burn without air. Water is H2O.
Yeah.
Oxygen's in the name. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's one of those things where it's like it felt like I mean, I think they were justified in their feelings to the point that they had to create their own community.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just like they had to go find a place where they could just live. Like, no, they had to create this whole community where they could all feel comfortable being themselves. So
Speaking
in
of,
that sense, go ahead.
oh no, I'll let you finish real quick.
Well, so in that sense, I could see why they felt the way they did, because they're like, man, I shouldn't have had to do all this in order to just feel comfortable in the place.
Yeah, I agree, but now you get me thinking because um when they first moved to Firetown or whatever, it wasn't Firetown. They just found a building.
Yeah,
And
they were the pillars of the community.
yeah, okay. That's what I'm getting at because I I can I remember a part of the movie saying that they shut off water to Firetown years ago.
Mhm.
Which means if they were the first to move there and then other fire people came there, then like I said, they were the pillars.
Yeah. So everybody followed suit. Like they created a community where all these people could feel comfortable creating a new life for themselves.
Mm.
So in that sense, I could be like, yeah, this is what worked. Like, why are we going to let all these outside influences not only come in here and change what's already working, but like fucking cause us to lose our culture? I mean, and me growing up, that's one of the reasons why. And this is, I connected with the movie in this way, and I'm gonna get a little deep right now.
All right, let's go for it.
When I was like between the age of like 11 and 13, again, I had long hair and shit like that, whatever.
You
And
want to be a girl? I know. You was transgender before transgender started.
that's gonna feed into this story.
Look, my
All right,
bad.
so
You would do the same shit to me.
yeah,
Like,
no. I'm saying, over in Southeast Asia, there's this thing in Cambodia. It's called Ktoi, which is, I think, another word for gay or transgender.
okay,
But like, because in Bangkok, like, there's a huge transgender community.
okay.
So when I was younger and I had long hair, all the old school Cambodians would be like, "Oh, they're too Americanized. He doesn't talk Cambodian. He's got his long hair. He's trying to be Thai and all this shit." So I was almost kind of like looked down upon.
Mhm.
And me being a rebellious kid, I was like, "Man, fuck y'all. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep doing me because I know what's comfortable for me, and I don't give a
Mhm.
fuck what y'all think about me as a person. Like, I'm gonna just keep
Mhm.
doing me." And as a kid, I was like, man, I stuck up for myself. I knew where I was comfortable, and I knew what was right for me.
Mhm.
Now, as an adult, I look back and I'm like, there was this moment where my parents wanted me to go to Cambodia with them.
Mhm.
I didn't want to go to Cambodia because I was in my head, I was like, man, if the older Cambodians here are already shunning me, what if I go back to the motherland? The motherfuckers is gonna really like put me in a fucking
Mm.
hole and just bury me. So
Yeah.
I never went.
Mhm.
Now 2023, I look back, I'm like, that trip was about more than just going back to see Cambodia,
Mm.
because I don't have grandparents anymore.
Yeah.
I never got a chance to see my grandparents. And even bigger, my dad never got a chance to show his parents like why he took his family from Cambodia to America.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where I look back, I'm like, man, maybe I should have got out of my head and really just put myself out there and be like, yo, fuck what everyone else is saying, just do what you feel is right instead of being
Hmm.
rebellious. So in that sense, I could see in the movie, I could see why Ember felt the need to like follow in her dad's dream, or what she thought her dad's dream was.
Hmm.
Because, you know, when your parent sacrifices that much
Yeah.
to give you a better opportunity at life, like, you know, to not necessarily shit on it, but to stray away from it, it almost feels like you're shitting on everything your parents did for you.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So do you feel like that now, or did you feel like that before, rather?
I felt like that
Once you got that realization?
once I got that realization, I've been putting into motion, you know, the opportunity to go back and at least see my home country. And
Gotcha.
let not just see my home country, but let my parents introduce me to the things they love about my home country.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
I just hope the rest of my family can come with me when this happens, because I would love for that, you know, veil to be pulled over for all of us at the same time versus just me. And then tell my brother, like, hey man, when you go to the red light district, watch out for the ladies because they might not be ladies.
Oh man. Excuse me, I already know which one that is.
Hey, he might. Who knows?
You know what? Since I just told you I finished the old series of Sons of Anarchy,
Yep.
he might be a Traeger.
No, he might be. What's his name? Who's the little Mexican dude?
Juice.
Juice. He might be Juice because in jail, Juice he came through for Clay.
Juice was getting his ass handed to him, man. I felt bad for him after a while.
But no, like okay, so okay, I think my favorite moment in the movie is the scene where Ember is running away from the water dude. God, I wish I could remember his name. I'm gonna just call him Ron.
Is it Claude? Okay.
In all honesty, I don't remember. So I'm gonna
Okay.
just call him Ron. So she
Okay.
ran away
Okay.
from Ron.
It's okay. Ron.
But,
Okay. There we go.
but like she was trying to say, like, you know, I'm fire. Like, we can't mix. These things don't go together. He was like, I don't understand. Like and if I'm pulling it towards real life, it's why I have a hard time, not hard time, but like why I get upset sometimes when like you see online people shitting on white people. Like,
okay.
just let me finish.
Okay, yeah.
Because
I
they
didn't
look at
expect
him
that to
like,
come up, but keep going.
no, because they look at him and because that's how I saw it in the movie. I'm like, they're like, you should know better. You should know that like this is what I went through, so this is why I can't do what I do. And he's just like, I don't understand. Because in his mind, he's like, to me, there shouldn't be an issue between us. There should not be a reason for me and you to not congregate.
Yeah.
You running away because of some shit that's predisposed. He's like, I don't fucking understand. Like, why can't we be together? Like, if we want to be together, we should be able to be together. And she's like, I can't. I'm fire. We don't mix whatever this shit. And
Yeah.
that's my favorite part in the movie, because I was like, it's so innocent, but it's like, yeah, in real life, there's a lot of like past shit that stops the future from really blossoming.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
And that's yeah. So that's my favorite part in the movie.
Okay.
What do you think about that? Do you think like do you think that translates into real life? Like,
Definitely. It goes into what I said like 10 minutes ago, where I was like, I feel like, old black people in 2024, they're so stuck in their old ways of the childhood that they grew up in, that even though the world is trying to be better and get better, and they're sending different messages on TV and see so many interracial couples and everything, like they're actually presenting that image to the world now.
yeah,
They still they can't forget. And like I said, I don't blame them because I wasn't there.
yeah.
But at the same time, your old Billy Bob down the street is missing your chitlins. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, I get it. It's like, yeah, when you once at a certain point, people can't, like, you can't expect someone to like learn. An old dog can't learn new tricks. Or
Yeah,
can they?
shit. I know a
The
dog that
mom
learned how
did.
to take
The
a
mom in the
bullet.
movie did, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, the mom in the movie, she realized like, hey, there's something bigger than just, our predisposed perceptions of these people.
yeah.
Like,
Are you talking about the fire mom?
yeah, she
Okay, yeah, oh
realized at
yeah,
the end of the day, like, it ain't about what we feel; it's about love, and she can see
yeah,
there's love in the air. There's
yeah,
something going on here like that. I can't let my past or all this shit that affected me affect what I know is fucking real right there.
yeah. Speaking of going to the families real quick, let's now this is the way Disney should have presented gay shit in no, no, let me finish.
Bro, why are you saying like that?
Because Strange World was so fucked up to me. It's like they just threw it on you.
Yeah.
Versus at the dinner table when he's introducing his family to Ember,
Yep.
he said, I think this is my sister and her girlfriend, whatever. And it was a cool, maybe 30-second snippet and went on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I think I remember that.
Yeah.
I think I remember that because I remember hearing it and I was like, and it piqued it piqued my ear. And I
Yeah.
was like, all right, cool.
But see what I'm saying? But it wasn't like they were just trying to throw it on you. It
Yeah.
was just like, okay, this is that. And it's like, okay, cool. Like, I think, I feel like they were trying to really show that his family is very open to welcoming everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
that was a cool way to do it. That
Yeah.
Strange World shit was, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If it's the difference between seeing, a same sex couple kissing and seeing the same sex couple scissoring. Like, one's just a little too in your face. So
It said scissoring. So are you talking about working out?
no, I'm talking about arts and crafts.
Oh,
No, they just
okay.
cut.
Okay.
They just cut. Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, at the end of the movie, like the big, I think the big reveal is when you see Ron when he
The
takes her
water.
to go see the fucking the flower.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing she felt like, because of who she is, she wasn't allowed to do this thing she wanted to do.
Oh, you know what? I forgot about that part of the movie, which also goes into why the dad probably felt the way he did.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
he wanted to give his daughter this experience that she really wanted. And he's like,
Yeah.
no, you're fucking fire. You can't come here. So,
Mm-hmm.
when he opened her up to that, and it's like, I think in that moment, she was like, there's this world out there that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And if we stay in our little small town mindset, we're never gonna see that shit.
Yeah.
And I think that's just something that everybody needs to learn or see.
Definitely. I think there's another significant part in the movie.
Oh, there's a dude.
No, even dealing with the flowers, she says something to the fact of, what she say, you have a whole aquarium that's built around you or something like that. I don't know if it was I don't know if it was aquarium or something. Because he was saying, he's water, he can go anywhere, which is kind of interesting. Water can go anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As long as there's a spot for it to go, water's gonna flow through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I can't remember what she said exactly, but she said something about it's not fair. You have like a whole aquarium or a whole arena built for you, and we have nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Okay, so like one of the dopest things I saw was when he used his the water
uh-huh.
to focus the light.
Oh yeah,
Light the shit
yeah.
on fire.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, like I get we're polar opposites, but
Uh-huh.
we can still like coexist, because
Yeah.
each of us, we can still like achieve what we need to achieve if we work together. Like,
Yeah. Which I thought was dope. Because I mean, even I forgot about that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, it's like a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
She's like, what she say? How you gonna like the tip or whatever?
yeah, because the
He's
mom
just
thought
like,
she had him. She was like, okay, motherfucker, you want to
Yeah.
date my you want to date my daughter? Show
Yeah.
me what the fuck you could do. And he was like, yo, let me see these pecs. And put that shit out like a Care Bear and shot that shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. To the Care Bear. Hell yeah. Oh man.
But no, like, okay, so there is one thing that kind of irked me throughout the movie. And it's real small.
Okay.
Like, okay, they was trying to avoid water the entire time because it would put them out.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the idea that, like, okay, maybe if they touch, then it's different. But it didn't make that much sense.
Well, I thought about that too, but then I thought about
was dancing and he wasn't extinguishing her. Like,
he didn't touch her.
No, when it was dancing after they touched hands.
Oh,
underneath the bridge, they started dancing.
Okay,
and she didn't disappear. And it was just like, okay, cool. Like, I think it's a really good sentimental moment. But like, you spent the whole movie like fucking using an umbrella to try to fucking stay away from the water. And even then, she put the umbrella up to block herself from the water. But then the other time she had the umbrella, she motherfucker floated up like the fucking airbender and shit.
Well, you know, fire can do lots of different things.
I understand that, but like, it felt like certain things were convenient for the moment. Which it's not saying they weren't bad, but they were just convenient for the moment.
Okay. Okay. With that being said, there's also another part when they're going through the dam or whatever, and the water breaks through, and you know, fire jumps through the hole, or Amber jumps through the hole, and Ron is sitting there holding on. And I was like, wait a minute, isn't he water? Like, he could just come back. And the only thing I could think of was maybe because he's in like a form, like he's gonna go wherever the water takes him. So he's gonna have to find his way back. So only thing I can think of. But I was like, he's water. Just, you know, go back into your form and go through the hole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because there was certain parts where like it was cool. Like, okay, she's burning shit. If she touched the flower that the little plant motherfucker was trying to, like, you know, he was trying to hit on her. Hey, Ember, you know, would you go to the dance with me? And she,
you know what?
And she would burn his flower. But then when she stepped on a fucking inflatable chair at this motherfucker's house, nothing happened
with a rug. But hold on, wait. Let me piece this together real quick. You just gave me an epiphany. Maybe it's all about control.
So that's what I'm thinking too. Because she, like, I in my head, she probably dialed back her heat, and you know that way it didn't affect him when, you know, it's sizzling, it's not boiling.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about hot springs. Like, how do they get hot? It's a big bolt. It's a big body of water.
Bro, you don't even have to worry about hot springs. You got to worry about ramen. No, damn well you got to get that ramen to the right temperature on that engine to cook your ramen.
but you got a pan. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about when fire and water straight connect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's under them hot springs keeping it hot? It's got to be some hotness come from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
no, I get. That was the only part that I was like, that's a little because it was, you could clearly see they were avoiding certain things at certain points, but then when they needed something sentimental, it kind of just went by the wayside.
Bypassed it,
yeah.
I got you.
Do you? Okay, the dad was kind of a curmudgeon, right?
What is a curmudgeon?
You know what a curmudgeon is? You ever seen the old dude from Up?
Okay, yeah.
Carl, he's a curmudgeon. He's just like, what are you doing? Get the fuck off my.
Just stuck in his ways, old crud or whatever.
Yeah. So her dad got to that, like, and then he finally like opened up. His big thing was like his dad, when he left, his dad didn't give him his blessing because he couldn't understand the idea of going out and finding something new. Like, how would you feel in that moment if all you wanted was to, or if you realized in that moment that there's something more out there for my family, I gotta go find it, and your dad's like, nope.
It's easy for me to say now because I've been living for a while and I don't give a fuck. But it's like, if you know, I don't give a shit. It's my life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But looking at trying to be in that position, I mean, you always want your parents' approval or somebody's approval that you care really, really a lot about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when they don't approve, it's almost like your whole world just came to an end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you have to trust yourself. Like, I can't stay here. this ain't built for me. You know what I'm saying?
You ever had that moment where you just felt like my time here is done? I need to go find something new.
No, definitely.
When
Only
when,
like
when, when was the most significant moment for you?
the most significant. Ooh,
Germany?
and you know me, because I'll leave any place in a heartbeat. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
I
look,
know.
I'm
I
done
know.
with this shit. I gotta go.
You don't left like the fucking the bail office. The
Hell yeah, shit. The backseat of the car, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? um, ah,
when was a moment where you felt like my time here is done?
honestly, probably when I left Chicago.
Mhm.
Yeah, because
No. Go on with your story.
you almost missed it because you got a green shirt on, but yeah,
Go on with your story, bro. You don't worry about me and my hole in my lip.
shit. You got a couple holes on there. Something going on. It says zero sugar.
I was listening to your story. I was so engrossed
Shit,
in
get
the
the fuck out of
story.
here.
I didn't know where my lip was, and my lips ain't as big as yours, so I couldn't catch it.
Look, that's the black part of you that you got. Your lips is not Asian. Oh man.
I get them Wayne Brady lips.
Hell yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So yeah. So when yeah.
Probably when I left Chicago, because like I said, I've left many places. And even when I left Massachusetts, when I left after high school, when I left the military, when I left Massachusetts again, you know what I'm saying, left Alabama to go to Chicago, I was always ready to leave. Like,
Yep.
okay, cool, it's time for me to go. I did what I had to do. It's time for me to go. Only place I was not ready to leave was Chicago.
Why?
I don't know. That was the only place where I was not ready to leave. And truth be told, I'll say it now because I guess years passed down the line. I was finding any reason to make me stay, even though I knew I knew what I had to do. I knew what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I was hoping I found a reason that was more important for me to stay versus leave, which is fucked up to say. That's why I can say it now.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to go.
I get that. I get that. You sometimes you find that place where it's like this environment speaks to you. Like
Mm-hmm.
you feel like you're comfortable here, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. What is the word? It's not eliciting any growth. It's just you're comfortable where you are.
See, and that's actually well for me. Not saying that you're challenging me. It actually was opposite. I grew so much being there. Like I still feel like there was more room to keep growing.
Are you sure? Because
Yeah.
I feel like you've grown way more in the boonies of Alabama than you ever did in Chicago. I think in Chicago, I think you got to a point where you were more comfortable with where you were in life.
Mm.
But I think in Alabama is where you actually grew into the person you are. Because you can't grow in a place where you're comfortable. When you're
Very
comfortable,
true. Very true.
you just learn to be able to work within your means. But you need to be in a place where you're challenged a little bit. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where you kind of really figure out what kind of person you are. You know?
Yeah, I agree on that.
That's why I brought up Germany, because with Germany, you kind of gave up everything to go try to find a life in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And you challenge yourself, and then you realize it's not that I can't grow here. It's just that like whatever growth I have in this place
Mm.
isn't going to be the type of growth that I want to be as a person.
Wow.
So you're just like, I got to go find a place where my growth, like I got to find a place where my tree grows straight instead of sideways looking for the sun.
You know what? I've been trying to figure that out forever until you just said it. It's not that I couldn't grow there. I couldn't grow as a person I want to be.
Yeah.
And I couldn't explain it in those words when I was trying to explain it to my child's mother.
Yeah.
So all I kept saying was, I can't find me here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've always said I can go anywhere and I'll figure it all out. But I've also gone everywhere by myself. And it's a lot easier to figure yourself out in different places.
Yeah.
And try to figure out you and other people in different places.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
When you got to figure out how to interact with other personalities in
Hmm.
a place where you don't feel like your personality is who it should be,
Hmm.
that's a fucking, because then you're just growing in a for lack of a better term, in a costume that's not you.
Mm.
And then what you really want is to be able to take off that costume and just be you and be like, hey, like this is who I really am, so
Yeah.
that you can see who you're involved with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's crazy. I've been trying to put that in words for forever.
yeah, yeah.
That's what it was. That's the best way I can explain it.
Yeah. Well, I'm in like in the movie, like it was one of those things where it's like for Ember, she was so hell bent on pursuing her dad's dream that she was like all her growth was based off of what her dad wanted. And it wasn't
Mm.
until she experienced something different that she realized, like, all this growth that I've been doing wasn't for me, it was for him.
Hmm.
I gotta go find what's for me. And then in doing so, she realized like her dad was like, I don't give a fuck about my growth. I want you to grow. And
Mm.
if you growing means you're not here, well, we can figure this shit out. But I need you to go be you, because that's the reason why we left Fireland.
Mm. Yeah.
That's why sometimes like I have to check in with my parents, and like I gotta like just check on and see how everything's going, because like I know the life I'm pursuing right now isn't what they pictured for me.
Hmm.
But I do know, just listening to them talk, it's greater than anything they ever thought was possible. So
Mm.
I just check in to make sure like we're not lost in that translation, because sometimes when your parents don't understand the moves you're making, you got to sit there and be like, hey, like, I know you don't understand. I know you have this vision for me, but like, this is why I'm doing this. And you
Mm.
don't understand it now, but you will. Like, if you're around in that time, because,
Mm.
you eating too much rice.
Look, y'all know the secret of cleaning rice. That's why none of y'all really get chunky.
No, listen, back in the day, I didn't get chunky. Now my ass is plump. I'm starting to look super Buddha.
Well, I mean, you still work out, but you're also up there in age too.
Yeah, I don't,
With
I don't, I don't got quite the Buddha body that Surrounding String got, but
look, that's always something. This is fucked up to say, but it's always one to compare. Like as long as I don't look like them, I know I'm doing good. Oh man,
oh
it's,
shit,
it's almost like karaoke. As long as you're not the worst one, then it doesn't matter.
bruh. So I'm gonna call you like, motherfucker. I'm gonna slit your throat in your sleep.
But you're the one to be starting it. I just feed into it.
I know, I started because I can.
Oh man,
He can't say shit because my mama get on him. Come
man,
on, but like, hey, stop talking to your brother.
go
You need
outside
to
and
go
play
get a
with some
girl.
balls.
All you do is play with balls. All right. Final thoughts on
Oh,
Elemental.
oh man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that you've been listening, there are some deep moments to the movie. It's not just a regular kids movie about bright colors and songs. Matter of fact, I think there's only maybe one song in the movie.
I didn't even
That
think, just at the end.
well, when they're actually on the date, the song that they play, I think is a theme
Yeah,
song for the movie.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, final thoughts. I think it was a good watch, a good movie. Um, like we talked about deeper meanings to it. And I guess to sound cliche, just don't be afraid to be yourself. Be who you are.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know what you're going to reflect off of.
That's good. That's real good. All right. For me, again, these are the kind of movies, the animated movies I like,
Mhm.
because this to me, this just goes to show what can be told when you're telling a proper story, an in-depth
Mm.
story. Like,
Mm.
it can be surface level where a kid can watch it and just be like, oh my god, the fire, and he and she was, shouldn't be with the water, but somehow they figured out a way to get together.
Yeah.
And then on a deeper level, it's like, how do you assimilate into a whole culture when you feel like you're the person that's saying you're sticking out?
Yeah.
So in that sense, I really like the movie. And then personally, it's like just it's very hard to become who you are when you're
Mhm.
when you're not obsessed, but when your whole goal is to be who your parents want you to be.
It's
And
just
like
very
it's
okay.
very hard to be who you are when all
Mhm.
you're trying to become is who your parents want you to be.
Gotcha.
And likewise, a lot of times you might not realize, but the only person your parents want you to be is you. You know,
Mm.
it takes a long. Sometimes it takes a long time to realize that.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I love this movie. This is my kind of fucking animated movie.
I
Fucking
actually want to watch it again, just like put on the background and watch. But yeah, I was upset about it.
bro, good pick. Good
Hmm.
pick. You know,
Appreciate it.
it
But
ain't Valentine's Day. It's a it's a little more deeper.
if, but this is why I love cartoons. I feel like you can tell deeper stories without having to relate to a person, more of a character.
Why is that? Why do you think animated movies reach a little deeper into the soul?
Like I said, because you relate to a character. You know what I'm saying? Um, not a person. Like in this, we're relating to elements. We're not relating to people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know I talk about Bojack all the time, but you're relating to characters.
So
You
it's
know,
so it's not the animated character. It's like it's the personality behind it. Because you can maybe you can recognize the personality versus
yeah.
who's got the personality.
That it like for instance, I know in my opinion now, I think any dude that watches Dragon Ball Z is gonna find a version of himself somewhere in that cartoon, whether it's dealing with Piccolo, Goku, Krillin, Vegeta, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now we all want to be Goku.
In your case, King Kai.
Not, fuck that. I'm Master Roshi out this some bitch. Oh man. Nah, I mean, I think we talked about this. The person I relate to the most, and that's actually because his attitude is Vegeta. I just love the way he is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I also, if I had to somebody different, it'd be Piccolo. Sit back
Yeah.
and watch and just analyze. And you know, when it's time to fight and get in there, you might not be the strongest, but you're gonna bring some shit to the table. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing with Piccolo is like in the original Dragon Ball, he was the big bad.
Uh-huh.
Imagine thinking you're the big bad in the story, and then realizing like, hey man, I'm just a small fucking fish in this big ass pond.
Mm.
Your fucking camera, I don't know what the fuck your camera is doing.
Yeah, oh shit. Yeah, just hit it.
Yeah. Fucking
Actually, you know what? Lucy just walked in. Back up, you. I
yeah.
was trying to put her on camera.
Yeah. But yeah, no. It's I mean, as far as my feelings towards this movie,
Mhm.
very fucking good movie. Like very like I would watch this movie with any child just
Mm.
because I think it got the immigrant story like down very well.
Mm.
The parent, you know, building a life for the child and then watching the child have to expand upon that and become something more than what your parents, you know, could have ever imagined for you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel it hits very close to home for me.
Gotcha.
And then growing up as a kid who was always threatened by my mom to be left back in Cambodia,
Hell yeah.
the idea that I could become someone that she's not only that she's proud of, but she's happy to tell her friends about.
Yeah.
Oh, no, this is look what my son did. Look where my son
Mm.
went. Like that feels good to me.
Yeah. I feel you. Especially know where you came from.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Rice patties and you know cousins marrying cousins.
No, I, I don't even want to know.
Well, listen, I'm not gonna go in depth. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you know, because I was
Leave that back in old country. Leave that back in old country. This is America, people. Unless you're in Tennessee.
All right. Well, that being said, this is the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. Once again, it is your boy Sarat, aka Makazi.
And your boy Chris Brown, aka Red Ford Delta. Y'all be safe out there. I think I botched that up.
It's all good. It's all good.